Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my Code to Care video series. I like to alternate between education topics, use case topics, and, safety, risk, ethics topics. And today I'm going to do the third thing and do the topic around AI governance. I recently held a roundtable with 4 executives from healthcare providers to talk about their approaches to AI governance. And I just wanted to share with you the conclusions that we had as a group, if it's helpful to you. So the first conclusion was that you should use existing process and committees. So there's a real stress. I thought it was going to be a little bit different when we started the discussion, but they really stressed that AI is kind of just like everything else in a lot of ways. So you need funding. It needs to have either clinical administrative impact, there needs to be an ROI, there needs to be an assessment of the risks, of the costs, of the business case, all that stuff. So the processes that you already have in place with different committees recommending technology, arguing for certain investments, approving those investments, whatever that process is, your IT committees, your clinical committees, your budgeting committee, your decision-making committees, that those should be about the same, and AI should just flow through those processes. So there wasn't a lot of support, at least in this group, for like a chief AI officer or for AI to have free pass or anything like that. It just had to go through the normal processes and accountability systems and things like that. The second point is they all did, perhaps in contrast to what I just said, they all had an AI committee. And this committee generally had different levels of strength, but it was generally like guidance, advisory, best practice sharing, expertise building, trust building, just kind of coordinating the adoption of AI across the company and having folks from around the organization that work together as an AI kind of overall committee was present in all the organizations that I talked to as part of this roundtable. So that's an important part of it. Not necessarily to usurp the existing processes and accountability models and that sort of thing, but to provide that subject matter guidance to the organization. Hey there, I'm just popping in to say that I'd love to hear your comments and feedback on this video. I read all the comments, so let me know what you think. Let me know what suggestions you have for my next video by putting in some comments below the line here. Thanks. The third conclusion was the importance of pilots, especially with regard to trust building. So with any new technology, you generally would do a pilot. You'd want to try it out, make sure everything is stable, that sort of thing, before doing a mass rollout. But there's a special emphasis here in AI because of all those reasons, but also the need to build trust. AI is a technology that people don't have that much exposure to in a clinical setting, that kind of thing. So people are nervous about it. There's a lot of unknowns, and so doing the pilot, advertising the pilot, evangelizing the good results, managing the risks appropriately, communicating well. These are all, methods to building trust, which is really necessary for an eventual successful AI rollout. So pilots were really stressed there. And then last is some way to monitor the ongoing use of the technology. So monitor it for impact, for adoption, for any risks, for ongoing costs, any problems, that kind of thing. So it's very important, of course, once you start rolling it out into production, that there's a process around ongoing monitoring and that kind of thing. So those are the 4 things that the group really discussed, and I thought this was interesting because it wasn't exactly what I thought we would conclude when the meeting started, which is always great. The last thing I'll leave you with on this was a great quote. Joel Venko, who's the CIO, Chief Digital Officer, Senior VP of Hartford Health, a buddy of mine. We worked together for many years. He brought in a great quote from Mario Andretti, the race car driver, and he said what Mario said is that the brakes, everybody thinks the brakes are to slow you down, but really good brakes allow you to drive faster. Because you're kind of assured that, that you can handle a tough situation. And once you have that assurance, you can drive faster, obviously. And I think that's a good role model for governance. It has this era, at least in the beginning, of let's slow down, let's be thoughtful, let's manage risk, all that stuff. And all that is good. But what it enables you to do is move faster, and move faster with confidence that it's going to be good for your organization, good for your patients, good for your clinicians, good for your community. So that's it. I hope that was interesting, and talk to you next time. Hey there, I hope you liked this video. I've added a next video at the end of this, so take a look at that if you enjoyed this. And if something resonated with you, please drop a comment at down below here. I read every comment myself, and I really appreciate hearing from you. Thanks.